Holy schmoly macaroni, grief. Man, grief is something that I have figured out I'm gonna have to become really comfortable with and really good at, because grieving is a good thing. Let's get really good at it together. Yay! So I just have a tendency when things aren't all that great to hide. And I'm so sorry that I disappeared. Thought about just coming back and being like, ta-da, here's all the fun stuff I've been doing, yay! But it's just not accurate. It's just not genuine, because that's not the way it happened. This is my I really struggled with how to present this video, or if I should present this video, and I think it's really important. Such a majority of us are having to grieve something right now, and if it's somebody you lost, I am so sorry. If it's your plans and expectations, I'm so sorry. If it's your body and you're sick, I'm so sorry. If you've been hot, if you were in the heat dome, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so excited to start doing things so that we're working with our planet. Even though we're going into something better, we're still gonna have to grieve. Definitely looking forward to grieving all of the ways that we've been destroying the earth and destroying each other, the incredible imbalances and injustices that have been plaguing us and this beautiful place. As we destroy our home, we're gonna have to let go and grieve of the ways that we've been doing things. But it's so hard, especially if we're not really, really good at the grieving process. So yeah, I'm so excited to become a master griever. Here we go. Grief. Grieving is so personal, and it's done on different timelines, in different orders, with different stages, certainly. But for me, these are the stages. This is generally how it goes, and I'm getting better and better at it. This last one was a doozy, and gave me a lot of opportunities to practice. Well, just finished the walkthrough with the new buyers, the new owners of the center. Look, it's empty. Crazy. We've worked so hard to empty it out. And I'm a little sad, I'll admit it. But I'm really happy too. It's an amazing couple who's gonna do amazing things. And I just want to come in my room. Hi, I'm interrupting this video because Güber and I are hanging out in the car. He's so happy because we are away from all the fireworks in our neighborhood. And I do think it's really necessary and beautiful to avoid triggers sometimes. But sometimes triggers are a message from our higher selves, from Consider these triggers that you're about to experience. See if there's something that you just need to avoid at all costs, or if it's something you actually need to work on. And I'm going to help with tools to work on them. So yeah, triggers are coming up, but maybe it's a good thing. And I just want to come in my room one last time. And we have to take the bars down, and it's a pain in the ass. Here's what's left. Look, no more bars. So much happened in this room. If you were one of my clients, thank you. Above all else, thank you so much for trusting me. We went places that I just didn't even dream possible together, and this is my goodbye to this room. It's gonna do amazing things and continue continue to help people, and I'm so happy about that. I just am so sad that I can't still do it. Clients, you know that sometimes the sessions lasted 4 hours. Like, they were crazy sessions. You just never knew how long it was going to take or what was going to happen. And I'm so grateful for this place. Without it, I don't think I would have recovered. I certainly wouldn't be so strong. And I'm really excited for the next thing. Güber, am I sad? I'm sad. Oh, I'm sad. Yeah, it's okay. Hello. Güber and I are so happy you're here. So we took a ride with Ivan today. I'm ready. Ivan's got a great Harley. Güber, how you doing, buddy? Are you ready? Did you see what happened? Here it is in slow motion. My leg couldn't hold it up because I got weak legs. So a lady pulled over when she saw the bike down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dang it.
So you only dropped it, you didn't wreck it?
No, not at all. It just, my damn leg couldn't hold me up. Or Ivan had to do that by himself. I'm so sorry.
Oh, well, it's a lot lighter than my bike.
So hopefully you caught all that. Hopefully you caught all that. I just dropped the bike. I feel like a flipping butthole. I was just turning it around. So it actually took dropping the bike again on the next trip for me to finally start to accept my smaller legs, meaning smaller strength. The reason I actually got this bike was because I started dropping my taller BMW. I'm just so grateful that I can still hold it up, and it just makes me want to ride even more on 2 wheels while I still to interrupt this video and let you know that there's a trigger warning. Hello, so this is mine and Güber's second attempt at this. I'll put our first attempt here. Hello. Güber and I are so happy you're here. So obviously I'm trying to keep it together for Güber because he doesn't need to be stressed out. And so not wearing makeup, but yeah, gonna talk about this without getting terribly upset because it really upsets him. And so he can feel me starting to get upset. He's so in tune. So he's not feeling very good right now, and so his lymph nodes are big all over his body. And when I took him to the vet, he has cancer of the lymph nodes. So a few days into filming these videos, obviously I started this back when it was the heat wave, and then sweating. Whew. Serious business here. We're really hot right now. And then I tried to finish it up during the 4th of July. Not a fan of fireworks. Güber is not a fan of fireworks. So we're gonna hang out in the car in the desert. It's really lovely. So I swore I was going to go through this process with everybody, and I think it's really important actually that this one is done with everyone, because Güber is such a huge part of everything. He's such a huge part of everybody's healing, and you want to lay next to me. He doesn't like to be too far from me. He's been the best companion to so many of us. Yeah, he was such a huge part of the center. For anyone who didn't get a treatment with me, Güber laid at the foot of every single treatment, minus one. And I appreciate everyone for loving him so much all these years. So, number 3, this trifecta of hard things that to grieve right now. I really hope that it is a trifecta and this is the last for a bit, because yeah, it's been really hard. So, whew. I want to share with you what my 6 stages of grief are, and apologize for disappearing, to be better at bringing you along with me as I walk through them. Okay, you ready? 6 stages of grief. Denial, to focus, to bargaining, which is the lessons, the could haves and what can we do, which is the should haves, shooting on people and what if we had done this. To drive, to acceptance, let's try to get back to where we were. The culmination is purpose. What can I take from these lessons and this experience? Yay! Ah, love it. Grief. We all should be doing it. Grieving includes emotional expressions. Mastering our emotional tools can often be mistaken for positive thinking. It is not. So these emotions are on a spectrum, and on one side of the spectrum is the hijacked, primitive expression of trauma, the throwback from when there were wild animals that would chase after us, right? It hijacks our brain and can take 45 minutes for the hold on our brain to undo. So we have to remember that. If we get triggered into a hijack, then we need to deep breathe, because deep breathing and hijack cannot exist in the same space. So breathe into your belly. I love the smell of the rose. Into your belly, blow out the candle. Form of breath. If you do that 10 times, you're going to be pulled out of the hijack. Your breath is your superpower. If I'm dealing with something that requires fight and flight, if I'm that threatened, then absolutely, let's keep it there. But if I'm not, I want to get it out of that expression, because it's so bad for us to stay long term in a fight or flight. Basically, all of the energy is transferred from your core to your extremities so you can fight or run. And if you're doing that long term, it's going to start really messing with your health, honestly. And the other side of the spectrum is the logical expression of the emotion. At the center, when I was letting go, you saw the spectrum and how deep breathing is part of crying. So you shift sadness into happiness, which is the other side of the spectrum. So it's great. It works, I promise. Because if you were a client, if you were under my feet, sometimes sorry, I'm snotting all over. Movement and breathing for me is the best tools. We're going to talk about other tools. Or emotion. When I feel when I'm having a hard time and I'm feeling upset, I have such a tendency to hide because I just have been conditioned to not be okay with that. Emotions, there's no wrong, there's no right. They are appropriate at some point. So we need to quit being so hard on ourselves about the emotions, especially about the emotions of grief. Because in order to move forward, we need to grieve. So I wonder who's responsible for making all of the emotions of grief forbidden. Patriarchy. Let's detach from empathy and connection, but making us think that we're in charge. So when it's clear we're not, they can control us. We're supposed to be in denial and then get to purpose. A purpose that is often helping others stay in denial too, without grieving, which just makes us sick. Doesn't work that way. Not look at the things that are wrong. Man, that's a good way to get away with a bunch of stuff. As we manifest our reality and focus on ourselves. So I say we grieve that way of being, because I'm done with it. Here's my 6 stages of grief. First stage is going to be denial. I'm the queen of denial. I can stay on that river of denial for a very, very long time. So yeah, not in denial anymore. So now I have to go on to the next step. Focus, which is anger. Just get out everything. It is okay to feel angry. Write out all of, so just all the words that come up. Write letters. I've been writing like crazy. Burn them, or I toss them off a cliff, or I write them on a piece of toilet paper and flush them. Whatever you can do. Once I'm able to bring that anger into focus, whether it's by writing or moving or breathing or whatever, then I move right into bargaining, which is the could haves. The could haves and the what can we do's. So if I'm in the primitive and more dysfunctional side, it might be more of the should haves, which nobody should be shitting on anybody, certainly not ourselves. So the should haves and the what ifs. So instead of, for the center, saying, I should have spoken up sooner, they should have taken it more seriously, instead of shooting on anybody, bring it into the could haves. Instead of the what ifs, the what if we would have done what Taiwan did? I would still have my business. What if we would have done what New Zealand did? I would still be massaging. What if I lived in these countries? What if? Instead of going there, I'd love to go to the what can we do next time to do things better? What lessons are we going to learn from this? I go into the drive, so I'm totally driven to do something. But if I'm on the other side of the spectrum, fight and flight response, this is the freeze. So that's the really dense, not being able to do anything. Yeah, please know you're not alone. The depression stage is drive, unless it's not, and that's okay. So from drive and being driven, I go into acceptance, which is so powerful. Acceptance is huge. Oh my gosh, the art of accepting opened up the world for me. I experience life right now as if I'm in quicksand. The more I fight, the faster I sink. And if I'm fighting like hell to get back to where I used to be, if I'm denying the sludge that I'm in and the challenges that I face, then I am sinking. As opposed to rising and just accepting where I'm at, embracing the challenges that I face. So for me, acceptance was life-changing. Recognizing the power of gratitude and focusing on what I could still do, as opposed to what I used to be able to do and focusing on the tools that I still had and how I could use them, as opposed to trying to create a reality that I had either experienced before or that I was imagining. Quite frankly, if we just accept and are grateful for what we can do and focus on what we have in the moment, life will take us to the most magical places and give us the most incredible experience. I know you've experienced that before. Acceptance is incredible, and from acceptance is purpose. So purpose is like the culmination of all of it. I had to add purpose to the stages of grieving. For me, purpose is so important. Purpose applies to all the stages of grief and is all about connection, empathy, and service. Often purposes are clear, but if not, the lessons learned in the bargaining stage is such a great place to start. Or look at what services, help, or even ways of being would have been helpful for you while you were. Or show up for someone the way you wish someone would have shown up for you. Use the focus from the anger stage, the tools discovered with acceptance, and apply the drive that's the other side of depression to make it all happen. Remembering how connected we are and that being an example is the most effective way of sharing or teaching anything. All of the videos that I made about what I learned and what helped me the most when I got sick and lost everything was part of my grieving, losing my ability to massage and the center and my business to the pandemic. While purpose is all about service, it is not always about taking outward action, because we are so connected, all of us, all of the time. Shifting and healing your energy and yourself is a great service to everyone. This can clearly be seen with Güber as he feels my energy shift into sadness. Helping so many people with healing. So grateful for him. Or if you are an empath, you might have even felt the shift through space and time. As part of the bargaining stage of grieving, I have been haunted by Güber's cleaning of the bottom of his paws, wondering if that could have in any way contributed to his cancer. A purpose that's already emerged from this grief is a determination to share the ways I've discovered to completely get rid of chemicals with anyone who has four-legged companions, children, or bodies. Damn it. Today's the day we're getting rid of these suckers. Completely gone. Absolutely chemical free. Are you guys happy we got rid of all those chemicals, Güber? Are you happy? No more licking chemicals off your feet. Yay! I am already shifting my anger at the companies who use chemicals that cause cancer, at the government for not regulating and protecting us from them, like they do in other countries, and at myself for using them for so long. I'm shifting that anger into focus and determination to use the tools that I can recognize because of acceptance. There's purpose in your pain is a cliche because it's true. So those are the 6 stages of grief for me. Thanks for sticking in with this video. It was a tough one, I know, but life's been tough for so many people, and I just want to let you know that I see you, I feel you. Please share with me your experience with grief, what pieces of my process you agree with, or if this helps you or if it doesn't. See you next time. Please subscribe. Much love to you. Let's make the next chapter even better. Hi, Güber. Hi. Are you ready to do some radical acceptance? Oh, hi! How about those 6 fingers? These little bison burgers. He loves them. I'm so grateful he loves them. I rescued him, and then he ended up rescuing me. Way more. So grateful for him. I'm so sad that he's not feeling well. pray and hope for any miracle that makes him okay.